Welcome back to the Backside Poddy. This week we are joined by a couple of the UQ Cycling Club Executive Committee, Millsy and Manson, and the Tour de France Femmes has been run and won.
2 gin and tonics, 2 vodkas, and a scotch.
Yes?
500 watts, please.
Now let's introduce you to the Backsiders. Nico.
Good afternoon.
Curto.
Morning.
Joshy.
What's going on?
Johnny.
Howdy doody, boys and girls.
Millsy.
Howdy there.
Manson.
Hey.
Geez, we've got a full house and I'm Shauno. There's a few people here tonight, Johnny.
We are absolutely crowded around the teeniest, tiniest table because the Backside Poddy super recording studio is getting refurbished, Dr. Dre style. I'm expecting some very lavish velvet carpet going in.
Oh, yeah, mate.
But thanks to Nick for the pseudo Podside recording studio today.
No, that's right. Lovely to have you all here.
How's Darren Smith's, Nico?
Probably had enough riding in the wind for a lifetime of that. I think doing Melbourne to Warney earlier this year was I thought that was enough for the year, but this was definitely more than enough lifetime riding in the wind. But plenty of headwinds, plenty of tailwinds, plenty of crossies. Good day out.
Plenty of wind.
Plenty of wind. Plenty of us gas bagging as well for the next couple of hours, or hopefully not hours, but 3/4 of an hour. We'll see how we go.
Absolutely. And that's all you got to say about Darren Smith, eh?
It was actually, I think wind was the big takeaway, but it was a really, really good, well-run weekend. So big thank you to the Gold Coast Cycling Club for everything they do, put that together.
Yeah.
No one ended up in the medical tent on Sunday. Was probably something interesting I found. So that's always a successful race.
Always
I was happy with
successful.
my day out. Ended up with the KOM award for the Sunday road race.
Did ya?
I did.
Oh, you kept that quiet.
Oh, you should
Mate,
be
I
on-
would have started with that.
You should have been on the social media posts, keeping up with it all. But
Hey, I haven't looked at my phone for days.
no, it was a good day out. I thought I'd spend my time in every single breakaway I could, and just kept bouncing off the front with some of the guys from Hong Kong and St. George that came up from down south. So
How'd the Hong Kongese people go?
Look, we had a few diplomatic issues in the bunch, I'm not going to lie, arguing about who's going to roll turns and how to behave.
Yep.
But we settled that with a cramp fix gel and a couple of 500 watt turns in the gutter. So
Please.
we've done that. We've been there, but there were some really, really good riders that came through. I think we had a French rider win. He's on holiday from New Caledonia for the week.
Really?
He came down, thought he'd do a bike race and won that. I think he put a minute into everyone on the last lap.
Holy.
Solo.
Did he get drug tested?
And we had another rider from Hong Kong in second, and then Ben Carmen in third for the A grade. And then in the men, and then in the women's, it was a clean sweep of podium from everyone from Hong Kong there as well. So
What?
first, second, and third were all riders from Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
That came out. So it was a proper international club race.
That's pretty cool.
I think we can coin that international club race.
Yeah. Gold Coast have done very well there.
Absolutely.
Curto, what's cracking, brother?
Mate, not too much on my end. Getting text message from the boss right now, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So that's great.
Another portfolio due?
Nah, nothing due yet. I actually had a shocking weekend. Lost the plot. Had a terrible run. And yeah, that was me.
Sensational. Enough said. We don't need to know anymore. Joshy, what's been happening, brother? How's the quiet week?
Oh, it hasn't been too quiet. I had a little sleepover at your house. Yeah, last week.
So cute.
People don't need to know that.
Neither of us got too cold, is it right?
No, that's it. It was nice and warm.
It's the recovery. That's where you went for recovery now. Josh is in for recovery. I think
Exactly.
your place is the recovery. That's where the magic happens.
Where else would you rather be?
The rest of the week wasn't too bad. I went to Muzz on Saturday morning to watch the Darren Smith crit.
Yep.
I think Nick said it was windy before. Yeah, so it was windy. No, I hung out and watched the men. Fletcher and Will Cooper were off the front for most of the race, just tapping away.
Yeah.
I think Max tried to bridge across, didn't quite get there. Lambo, 4 or 5 laps to go, launched a big one, got across. Didn't have enough legs to roll well, but
It's impressive he made it across, eh?
I actually stood up, which is a big effort for me.
Yeah.
500
watt effort.
I was actually really excited watching that. So thanks Lambo for putting on a show. Went down to the water, just hung out there for a little bit, came back, watched the women.
Oh, yeah.
That was also really good. I think that was...
Well, did the women race a fair bit later, did they?
Yeah. So the men kicked off at 8 and then the
Yep.
women were off at 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so had to go fill the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They split up. I think there was about 6 of them that got away. Hong Kong rider won. Mali got second, and then Sophie Sutton third.
Nice.
So no, it was actually really nice watching them race. It was entertaining. I was sitting up in the grandstands with Kirby and Quirky.
Oh, yeah.
So that was awesome.
What a combination.
Oh mate, I was just learning so much about coaching.
Oh, yeah. Are you a coach now?
I have been running my own program a little bit. I was
Ooh.
doing that the last couple of days.
Oh, yeah. Shame you can't use it yet.
Yeah, not yet. Just you wait.
Johnny, how's the come down from the Lions tour?
Well, that is what I've been doing probably for the last 2 and a bit weeks, is just being a hardcore rugby fan with the Lions over, the British and Irish Lions, or the Irish and British Lions for
Cowards.
rugby fans out there.
Well, they got so many combinations for that name, I'll tell you.
Oh, it was very good, very enjoyable. So I managed to get to 2 of the three games, and went out watching the third one as well. So it wasn't a lot of time to get out riding, and I'm desperately chasing now a little bit of form as we start to try and rebuild for Bros Worlds at the end of the year.
How many weeks you got? 8 weeks?
Not enough weeks.
Yeah.
Not enough weeks.
Mate,
you know?
I
Whereas
reckon-
like Lambo's doing like huge jump across and is now the owner of maybe the best skin suit in the world. So
It's a nice
look
looking
out
skin
style.
dog. Yeah, it's a nice looking skin
I
dog.
need to see a photo of this.
It's he's
It's a
racing
secret.
for New Zealand,
Oh,
which is controversial. Are you racing for Ireland?
Yes,
You
I
are.
I am in the process of getting my nationality changed to Irish, which sounds bizarre because, as you can hear, I'm actually from Ireland. But when I applied for my UCI ID, despite giving them my Irish passport, they just looked at the Oz cycling number and said, you must be Australian. And well, technically I'm a dual citizen, so.
Hey.
But I'm going through the process of it now.
So
do you get
you,
better tax returns over there? Like, what's the go with the tax rate over there?
are you going to relocate, Kurt?
Yeah, in Ireland, mate. Dodge tax more.
Well, I know that all of the European headquarters for Google, Facebook, Atlassian, all of them are all in Dublin because we may or may not have favourable tax brackets
Well, that
for
is
such
very
enterprises.
There you go.
Kurt's relocating.
And that's me.
Sensational, Johnny. Millsy, how's your week been, mate?
Yeah, my week's probably been the same for the whole year. I've got a 4-month-old baby at home.
Oh,
so
Congratulations.
thank you. Second child, so twice the fun. My riding is basically 3Ks up to the train station at the moment, and today I did a zone 1 walk with an 8 kilo weight around my chest. She slept the whole time, so that was
Brilliant.
That was pretty good. But that's about as much activity as I'm getting at the moment. That or short runs chasing my son on his balance bike. So
How's the body holding up with the runs?
it's tough to get back into. I hate running. I used to do it when I was teaching. I used to do cross country every year, and I did about a 1 week practice run before, and I was always really dusty afterwards.
Yeah, get the wheelchair ready.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's about it, Manson.
Pretty solid week. Nebo Tuesday, some 15-minute efforts on Thursday.
Where'd you do your 15-minute efforts at?
Muzz. It was
Oh,
windy.
yeah.
It was pretty hard to keep a steady pace.
Seems to be the topic of discussion today. Is the
Nothing
wind.
but wind around Brisbane.
Yeah, exactly.
You could tell
It's August, mate.
it's Echo Week, right? Echo Week next week. The wind
It's
arrives.
August, mate. Corso goes.
Ah, mate.
What was your time up Nebo?
Don't know. I don't even look at it anymore. I don't even
So
register
pro.
on Strava. Like, I've done just nothing.
He's too good, mate.
Colo.
Brilliant.
Ugh.
One of the best loops in Brisbane, I reckon.
Yeah. I was going to go take photos at Muzz on Saturday, and then I just couldn't be bothered.
Mate, those photos you took the other week at Hemo, great quality.
Yeah.
Great quality
You
photos.
behind the lens lately?
I just bought a new lens, so I thought I'd take it out.
Is that the same lens you use for your bicycle market posts?
No.
The king of bicycle market. Here he is.
Mate, he truly is. That's how we should have introduced him.
I'm surprised there isn't like some stuff here now in the middle of the table that he might want to promote as like a good deal for the backsiders that we could maybe evaluate.
Do you get a percentage cut? Do you get a commission or something on these?
Some stuff.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Jeez, you might be in need for Lukey D's rim brake Bianchi bike he's selling right now. I just saw it got listed 4,500.
You're joking?
Whoa.
Oh,
For a rim brake. Yeah, tell him he's in dreamland.
Well, is that bad value, Manson?
Oh, I think you can get disc brake bikes for that.
Yeah.
And some.
Drop the price to 2, you reckon?
And
Or
some.
just keep it. Don't
Yeah.
rack it.
I don't bother selling my bikes. I just keep them.
Yeah.
Good problem.
M+1, eh?
I think I got one for every day of the week.
Not a bad problem to have. Anyway, we better introduce you both. Millsy, you're the president of UQ.
Oh, not quite.
Not quite.
Club captain.
Club captain. Same. and Manson, Ben Manson, you're the secretary.
Yep.
Hot secretary.
well, he's resplendent in Assos here today.
Our good friend Freebs actually couldn't make it tonight, and he's the one that organises the guests tonight. But he left a little message for you and a couple questions for you to answer. So I'll play the little clip he recorded.
Millsy, Manson, great to have you guys on, and UQ, of course. Sorry I can't be here tonight. It would have been an absolute pleasure given the conversations we've been having with the other clubs as well. But unfortunately, I can't be there, and I really look forward to listening back to the recording. But for the guys, I guess a couple of questions that I have is what's happening in UQ? What are you guys working on? How do we get back to some of those cool races that you guys used to do, i.e. banana pairs? I'm sure Manson can shed some light on those. But yeah, really keen to hear what UQ's got in plan for the rest of 25 and how we moved forward together in 26. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, Freebs.
So, Ben, you've been around UQ probably the longest, ever since I wobbled in as like a dope little Irish boy. You've always been at the top of the tree. Maybe you can take us through some of the history, the first part of Freebie's question.
Yeah, so I think the club started in the late 80s. I was trying to look on the website today, but it was broken. I joined in 94 when I started uni.
Wow.
I think there was 60 members at the time. We used to race every weekend at UQ. Well, it wasn't racing, it was race simulation. So we didn't have commissaires, no entry fee, no nothing.
Just a chop off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just there was a couple of different bunches of ability. And then we also had, as Freebie asked about, some other races around the place. So we had banana pairs, which was out at Pinkenbar. That got a bit difficult when people started working on Sundays and we couldn't really use that area anymore. We had time trials up Mount Cootha, time trial out at Brookfield, points races. I think there's some other ones, I'm just trying to think, that fell by the wayside as well along the time.
Yeah, Triple Crown.
Yeah. So that was
Triple
points.
Crown.
That was point score, elimination, and then the
TT out at
TT.
Brookfield.
Yeah.
Just on
cool.
Main Road. Chop offs. Yeah, the boys. That's unreal. Let's bring it back.
Well,
It was around UQ, so we used to go over speed bumps and there was
Really?
ducks and people walking home drunk at 6 o'clock.
That's so good.
Oh, God.
10 points.
It was fantastic.
10 points.
the bridge got in the way though when that was.
Yeah, when that was the end of that, so we had to go out to Nunda after that.
The bridge got in the way.
Yeah.
Or when it was getting constructed.
Yeah.
When was that? Like, it would have been before I even touched a bike, right?
Yeah, probably
Early
mid 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's built for that long.
There
you go.
Tones.
And you didn't want to revive it. You didn't want to.
Oh, you can't still get through there. It's a
right.
bike path where we used to come
yeah.
through.
Yeah, just hop on the bike path. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, you could race over that. Put some ramps on it like they did at that King Street crit.
Oh, yeah.
If I
Back
race in
in
the
the
Keddy
day.
Brook, you can race under the bridge.
Yeah.
Mate, you'd get an absolute crowd going down at UQ, I reckon. Take out some park runners while you're at it. But
Yeah,
on a
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, you just wipe out some runners,
Yeah.
some car doors, bang.
We used to have club champs. It was like 70 Ks of like this 1.2K loop.
That's so good.
That's solid.
And then when it rained, it was just, you could not race on it. It was so slippery. A jacaranda flowers would come on the corner and you, like, as soon as it started raining, the race was over.
Yeah, right. Cancelled.
Yeah.
Who called it? Were you just
That's probably when the first crash happened.
yeah, you just put your hand out, wave a flag.
Yeah. Now, what's this race Freebs talked about, the bananas?
It was a pairs time trial out at Pinkenbar.
Okay.
2 laps, sort of out to the very end and then back up to the railway line.
Oh, yeah.
This is a race very close to my heart. So with Joshy and I were talking before the podcast about people being very, very drunk and maybe showing up to races. And he's like, I don't know how people do it. And I'm like, well, actually, as Bruno or Eric Rindy Ferris would know, I was paired with him one year and I'd been out at a wedding the night before. I got home at maybe 3 a.m. Alarm went off at 5 a.m. and he's like, I think they were still counting down, like from 60 seconds, 30 seconds, I show up. like on the TT bike, and away we go. And we won that year as well.
Oh, nice.
I was
All the
so
carbs.
hammered. Like,
Yeah, all the carbs, mate.
That's good 'cause you couldn't feel your legs.
yeah, I probably couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah, you do better on a night out, don't you?
Honestly, yes.
Probably not anymore.
Oh, mate, I was saying if I drink like 3 days before a race, I might as well like stay at home.
I've had some good UQ results after a big night out. There was one time I was at Bonner's house all night. That was wild, but yeah, haven't seen that little cat anymore.
There's a few good hybrid athletes. Harley Logan was pretty good at it.
Harley Moore.
Oh, yeah, Harley Moore.
Harley Moore was a weapon at it, but
Chadsy.
Donk. Donk didn't have the ticker, mate.
Crab.
So there's been lots of great races. You know that there's a few issues there, particularly with road closes, and you've talked about construction around there. So you've moved out to Nunda, and you know I've been part of UQ now for goodness 10, 15 years, and we're starting to see a bit of a transition now. Millsy, can you tell us through like what's the new UQ looking like, and what that transition feels like, and where do you think you're going to take the club?
Yeah, so I came on board as club captain towards the end of last year, and I guess you explained it right. It's transition period for the club. We've had 3 different execs over the last 2 years, which means for any organisation means that change management's got to occur, and each exec had their own real different view on how the club should go. So it's kind of being pulled in a few different directions, and now that we've got the current exec on, they're really building their identity as an executive because, you know, apart from Manson here, who's been in the club since he was built in the robotics lab of UQ.
And sold on Facebook Marketplace for a good price.
It's a pretty young executive. So Caleb, the club president, he's a uni student. He's makes me feel quite old myself, but I'm pretty buoyed by that because looking at pretty much most of the other clubs in Queensland, they're all people that have been around cycling for a long time. And we've got some fresh-faced young people that have put their hand up when really no one else was putting their hand up to run the club. So I think it's really great that they're on board, but I guess to allay any fears of some of our older members that have been around for a long time, we do have the old heads like Manson as the secretary. I'm in there as club captain, and we're working together to move the club forward because it's not what it used to be. There has been a lot of change and a lot of impacts that have, I guess, been to the detriment of the uni club as well as cycling in general. You know, there's a lot more crits these days. As Ben said, we used to call it race simulation. We didn't have commissaires, we didn't have first aid. You just rock up. There was no numbers, no sign on, nothing. You just rocked up and you raced. And you know, if you were burgling B grade, you kind of got yelled at to go up to A grade. And we only had 2 grades back in the day.
And I also believe that team racing was very much not encouraged. You would also get yelled at for any attempt of a lead out.
Yeah, so that's a hot topic. I know I've been pretty vocal of that in the past, but I guess UQ's been kind of dragged kicking and screaming a little bit into the regulated space of cycling. You know, we've got numbers now. We've signed up to Entry Boss to use that for entries for the race day. We have first aid there. You know, we're ticking all those compliance boxes now, but I don't know whether that's the cause, but I think it's been a real struggle to get volunteers and get people on board. Even the executive, I think it started with Bear coming in as president. I don't think he was even part of UQ at that stage. He was, he might have been with the Brisbane Cycling Club, and he got asked to come over and help the club out. So yeah, like it's hard when there's been that much change to get going. But moving on, thinking about the future, the last year since I've come on board has been a real steep learning curve. I've been in the club for 18 years. When I joined as a uni student, I didn't understand the politics going on behind with organising racing and making sure that everything was run through back then Cycling Queensland. But in the last year, yeah, like I've probably made mistakes in terms of planning the calendar. Could have done a better job, and I think our exec being young as well, we're going to make mistakes, but hopefully we can learn from that. We've copped some criticisms and we're happy to take those on the chin. Happy for people to talk to us. Like when we're happy to look into making things as good as they can be given the situation. So looking forward to the rest of 2025, we have tried to, I guess, curate a race calendar that's kind of just going back to basics. Just gets a few runs on the board for the new executive and then try and do some bigger and better things as we move down the track and we learn from there. So coming up next weekend, we've got a handicap. Given that I did the work with the calendar, I did place that strategically there before life cycle handicap. So that's a good taster for people that want to have a go at a handicap. Try some race tactics in there. Maybe get shelled when Maxi Campbell comes past. And, I know last handicap I did, I tried to get on his wheel and I think I lasted about 3/4 of a lap. He's burned through everyone. So bit of fun. But so there's that. Again, trying to support the wider race community in that way, trying to give some race formats that also promote people to have a go at the open races. So things like the handicap. We're trying to bring back the Triple Crown this year.
Cool.
Long weekend in October. So it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday's a public holiday. We've got Nunda booked on Saturday. We've got Muzz booked on the Monday afternoon. And in the middle, it's not quite a race. I don't want to get myself in trouble here with Oz.
It's a simulation.
But best effort up the backside. It's actually going to be...
Way, all right.
Okay.
It's actually going to be...
Strava time.
An old school uni time trial though. So it starts at the planetarium.
Yes.
All the way to the top of the back. So
Yeah, that's good.
it's a bit
About
of a
11 minutes if you want to win it.
Yeah.
11 minutes if you want to win. So you've had some experience, obviously.
Got 11:02 about 10 times.
I'll have to get the dates off you and change my training peaks. I should be firing by then.
Excellent. Good to hear. But make sure you go from the planetarium up to the top for the time trial.
Mate, I'm struggling to get up just the backside in 11 minutes at the moment.
11 minutes, that's flying.
Do you remember the handicap we did with the with tandem that one time?
I missed that one.
But what's that, standing start from the planetarium? Jesus
Yes.
Christ. And you've gone 11:02 10 times.
Oh, maybe not 10, but at least 5.
Fuck me dead, dude.
Didn't
Dude, that's
Cupcake
like a-
beat you once?
What's that?
Didn't Cupcake beat you once?
Maybe. I know Hertzer has.
But what's that first little climb? Like a minute effort?
About a minute.
Minute effort. Then you got, 40 seconds to the bottom? To bottom of...
Yeah.
Something like that.
I actually do my when I do my CP test, I do my 12-minute test on at the planetarium going up backside. So, 11 minutes is rapid, mate.
Not sure I could do that now.
He's good. He's good, isn't he?
Well, there you go now. Come October, not only is the Triple Crown back on, but the full backside, the extended backside is going to be on. And who can break 11 minutes? That should bring some people out of the woodwork. And you mentioned open racing as well. What's your big open race and how are you promoting that this year?
Yeah, so Charles Coyne, Marty Bartlett, that's coming up in September. Previously, it's been earlier in the year. I think historically, way back when it was just the Charles Coyne race, it was later in the year because I think they used to have the road race season through winter. But we did struggle to get a race director, but thankfully David Brands stepped up and he's doing some good work with a small team to try and get that up and running for September.
I do actually have some criticism for that race.
Yeah,
I won it last year and I didn't get to hold the trophy for a photo.
Oh,
I was so
Take
upset.
it to the publisher, mate. No one needs to hear the GST.
I don't win too much. I was pretty bummed when I didn't get to hold the trophy.
Give you a royal wave, mate. I remember a few years ago when I did that Charles Coyne. That was a great race because
also a windy race.
it was a very windy race.
Windy
And,
race.
mate. I remember there was like 8 up the road for predominantly the whole race, and I remember Troy Herfrost let Ricky Bobby know about it
Because I was
because
up
you
the
were
front.
up the road. And I remember Coaty was like to me, if he goes, just go with him. And I started rolling with Troy, and then Troy just tried to sit on me. And after he sprayed Rick, he sprayed me. And I'm like, you're not rolling with me, bro. And then he jammed it one time. I went with him. And you know how that you got that kick up?
This is the old course.
This is the old course.
Yeah.
That 1 minute kick just before you go down and into
the finish.
I think he dropped everyone, bridged to the breakaway, and got like second on the line. And I was like, fire out. What a weapon. The only person I think that beat him was Kane Richards when Kane Richards didn't lose a race at all that year.
Yeah.
But
was that the race that there was like a crash halfway through and we're having like smoko for 20 minutes?
Yeah, we had smoko. I remember Soul Love pulled out all these pineapples. He had like, chopped up pineapples. I was like, what is this, mate? You're cooked. Oh, mate, that was a great race. Yeah, we had a 20-minute smoko because someone binned it in the feed zone. Because the feed zone was over this like bumpy.
No, wasn't it at the finish of like C grade or something?
I don't know.
But
It was a good race. I
Yeah.
love that course. That course, absolutely unreal.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but it's pretty tough.
Yeah, and it was very open.
Yeah.
So as we said, windy.
What's the? I haven't done it at the new course. I don't think.
It's pretty good too.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, it's a lot of flat, but
Yep.
it seems to tie out. There's a few rollers.
Yeah.
Last time I did it was really wet.
Yeah. Right.
You're going through these gutters with like water running.
Oh god.
Oh, so it's like doing upper Brookfield.
Almost.
There you go. Should we get that on the training, Bleaks?
Oh, that'll be exciting. I might try and train for that. I need a goal, so I'll train for that.
You got 1 month basically, mate.
Yeah. I got to train hard.
Now, Mills, you mentioned that with the handicap coming up, that's a precursor to the life cycle. Is there other things you think you're going to have on the horizon to try and get a little bit more coordination around the clubs in Brisbane, or how do you think that might work, and how can the clubs start to help one another?
Yeah, so going into this year, we did have to coordinate between Life Cycle, Hamilton, Uni about sharing Nunda, which is a bit tricky because you're trying to avoid as much as you can the open races. So trying to support those, make sure, commissaires aren't too knackered from doing races week in, week out, and they get a break too. Also, Muzz coming back online provided us with an opportunity to start working with Balmoral, who've been great to talk to and provide advice and help us get those bookings through, because that was a challenge getting Muzz booked through the council. But hopefully that part's getting better. Moving forward, hopefully we can have those conversations again about sharing Nunda. But I think in reality, Oz Cycling might be able to provide a bit of leadership there in bringing the clubs together to coordinate the calendars a little bit more. I would love to represent UQ with all the clubs, and we work together on maybe looking at different seasons. I know when I used to do coaching with UQ as just doing the club coaching stuff, we used to see a lot of new people come into cycling at the start of the year. It was either New Year's resolution, new job, new school, whatever. They're trying out a new bike they got for Christmas, and you'd have lots of people coming to training, lots of people going to races, and having the fitness to do longer races in the earlier part of the year. So I think, we could align maybe our longer road races with things like Pro Velo that's happening as well. But I think that needs the leadership from Oz Cycling to come through in terms of that organisation, because each club at the moment is probably looking after themselves a little bit. But if we can have us come together as Queensland clubs and even Northern New South Wales, because I know Murwillumbah jumps in with some of the events, that'd be great. But I'm keen to get involved and try and make the calendar as useful for everyone as possible. So for the regular races like yourselves, as well as new people wanting to come into the sport, because you think about Tour de Brisbane, 8,000 people entered, like where are those 8,000 people week in, week out? So how can we bring those people into the sport as well?
Yeah, we could definitely link up with Louise Jones there for sure. Like, bring her on board, mate. Nah, but I agree, mate, with Tour de Brisbane, how you can get a crowd of every skilled rider and Hubbard out there and about, and they can be there. Where are they on Saturdays? I don't know. Don't see them. Because I'm not there either, though.
No, you're not. But you're not at Tour de Brisbane either.
I'm not at Tour de Brisbane either.
You just jump the fence. Yeah.
Ah, well, happens.
But no, that's a great statement you made, that Oz Cycling need to be the leaders and bring everyone together, whether that be each club submits their race calendar for the year and Oz Cycling peruse it and go, all right, these clubs are racing this weekend, and this weekend, and then other clubs can't race that weekend.
That's what I was going to follow on with.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys sit down? Is there a board meeting at the start of the year, or you have to submit a calendar, or is it like? Because I've heard you guys complain saying, oh, there's a crit on twice in one day, or there's a double crit Saturday and then a Sunday crit as well. Which you're not gonna have everyone except for maybe Max Campbell and Alex Shadbolt wanting to race 3 races in one day. Like,
Well, you can just book
question,
the track whenever you want. There's no one stopping you doing that.
Yeah, but
So-
like, honest question, like, do you guys sit down with the other clubs and just go?
Well, we didn't sit down, but we did lots of email communication back and forth, trying to line things up. We were a bit late to the party last year, so Hamilton probably had a few runs on the board in terms of locking in Nunda. So we did have to do some scrambling to try and basically get our race calendar together, and that's why we started using Muzz. So we booked Muzz out for, I think it's maybe 6 races this year, and that's something very new for UQ, and we'll probably look to use it again next year because we've got a heap of clubs vying for limited space.
It's a new track as well, may as well.
Yeah, but I'd love to be able to sit down, there be a meeting. So that communication started in October last year. So, that's when it needs to happen to make sure that everything's prepped for the start of the year. So I'm happy to get on board with other clubs and organise things. But maybe we don't need more regulations, but even if Oz Cycling could provide some guidelines that every club could put their name towards and go, yep, we're happy with those guidelines, let's try and organise our calendars in that way. And what I mean by that is essentially maybe having our road races, I think someone said it on the podcast the other week, is less is more. So we have some a shorter road racing season. There's crits happening every weekend really, but if we want some more attendance, maybe we shorten when they happen. I don't. Yeah. That may not be the best way forward, but if we can get clubs together and start brainstorming, I think that'd be great.
Or even like 6 road races in a row. Everyone just peaks for 6 weeks, bang.
I reckon something like that's a pretty good idea. I think a lot of the problem comes from, there's 3 races happening at once. You get 10 people at this one, 20 at that one, 15 at the other. It'd be pretty cool if everyone was together. I think this Sunday, the UQ handicap's on a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, for those of us dads who have kids sport every Saturday, like opening up racing on a Sunday actually opens up more people and that ability to come in. I really like the point you made around the seasonality and potentially introducing that. I mean, like even at the professional level, you can always criticize the lack of a real understood narrative in the cycling season. So those who know cycling know there's the classics season and then there's the major tours, and some of the major tours have some one-day races in front of them. But for bystanders, there's just the Tour de France. And no real understanding. And even in the COVID years when they moved races around, you've seen a little bit more narrative, certainly of the trajectories of some of the different careers. I think what you're putting together about people coming together and maybe Oz Cycling saying, well, why don't we try a seasonality approach and let's put some guidelines and let's try it and let's be open to the fact that we're probably going to make mistakes and we probably won't get it right. But isn't it better to try something where we can, at the start of the year, try and bring in some fresh faces, and where, I know we've seen this at UQ when with D grade, and it's kind of like one of the done things for the A graders to come down and ride around with them and just give them some racecraft, and that there's a period of the year that's really focused on that. There's a period of the year that's very much road racing, period of the year time trialing, and maybe even we'll get back to stage racing as well, because like some of those QRTS stages were so much fun, and it's not often you get to race as a team as an amateur, and it's one of the best parts of cycling. And bring back the team time trial. And I'm off the box.
50, 60, 70 kilometre team time trials.
Let's go.
We used to do 72Ks, state teams time trial champs.
God.
On that disciplines, where do you see the future of UQ? Is it just going to be drop bar and time trial bike road racing? or is it going to be a bit of gravel in there as well as that becomes a bit of a more popular sport, more popular discipline?
Yeah, great question. Look, I think anything's on the table. Anything that to promote the club, promote cycling. At this stage, we're just, as I said before, the exec are developing their identity, and we're just trying to do the basics. So hopefully next year we can do some things bigger and better. I know this is sounding a bit like a politician avoiding the question. I won't say no, but I won't say yes as well, because that's not for me to decide. That's an executive decision as well. And talking to club members, hopefully people can put ideas forward. But on the point of putting ideas forward, we also need our club members to step forward to help out, because volunteers are an issue, and I think that's pretty widespread. So yeah, maybe it's the teacher in me, but often if someone comes to me with an idea, I go, excellent, what are you going to do to make sure this happens? So yeah, I'm happy for ideas to come forward, but we just need people to help out as well.
Absolutely.
I think one thing I think Hamilton definitely do it. I think Balmoral might do it too, is they have a volunteer roster. Is that something UQ might look at implementing? Because I think it's a great idea. So volunteers always...
We did raise that at the exec meeting.
Yeah.
We just need to have some mechanism of doing it.
Yeah.
Which we're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They've got that at a few run clubs as well. Like not actual 5K run clubs, but they've also got the Brisbane Runner Club where you have to volunteer 2 times a year. You pay your it's $80 for the membership, and they have about, I think it's like 20 races all year, but everyone has to volunteer twice, which I think is great. I remember Hamilton did it, and when I was with Balmoral originally, they did it as well.
Yeah, right.
So, but I think they just used a Google Calendar, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was something like that. And then you also got like a free race entry once you did your time to really get people on board doing it.
Volunteering at crits is not too much of an issue. It's the road races.
Road racing.
You really need multiple people to help out.
How's the volunteers looking for Charles Coyne?
I haven't seen it.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be some emails coming out.
Yep. Yeah, sweet. It's a tough one with road races, because I guess everyone wants to race. They make the effort to drive out there and race, but then they're like,
I'm going home now.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because I've just spent 3 hours racing. I'm going home.
Absolutely shattered as well.
Yeah.
Some food.
I guess it's changing that mindset, isn't it? Which is always hard to do.
Well, that's where I think listening to Whitey on here a few weeks ago talking about Cobra 9, that was pretty nostalgic actually, because talking about Battle on the Border, and I remember being dropped with Whitey and making our way back into town. But thinking of teams, I think clubs and teams can be a bit more cohesive in the way they operate, because I think at the moment there's not too many teams that probably have all their riders with the one club, and trying to, if we have that cohesion where if a team's operating with all their riders within one club, that's a potential pathway for some delegation and help with volunteers. So if you think about when it comes to Charles Coyne, Marty Bartlett, if let's say all the Cobra 9 guys with uni, we put a call out to Whitey to say, hey, do you have any people that are available to do some volunteering? Then that reduces that load on the person organising, and hopefully that that bond within that team, they can have some conversations and get someone, at least one or two, to come out and help out.
Yeah.
And I think that would just be a great way to move forward, because teams and clubs are a bit disjointed. Teams kind of do their own thing, and that's fine. We need people to race, but I just think there could be better alignment there.
It's a great point you bring up, because like in all other sport, the first grade team's always associated with the club. There's not this separation. It seems only cycling has that separation. So I personally think the best thing moving forward would be what you suggested, and then QRTS would come back, because we'd have a breeding ground to develop riders within the club, and say we can't field a team for one particular team, just upgrade someone for the QRTS race. I think that's what would fuel the future of state racing for Queensland for sure.
Yeah, there's lots of lessons we can learn from other sports. And I think I won't get up on my soapbox about the additional club membership that you can be an add-on member, because I am not a fan of that at all.
Sorry, mate, guilty.
But look, I'm a one club person and I understand why people become an add-on member at other clubs. But I think, as you said, if you have a first grade team, if that's operating QRTS, you've got a development pathway for younger riders that can jump into that team if they need to or what they do. But look at other sports. How many amateur sports players would go, oh, this weekend I'm playing for this team, but next weekend I'm actually going to go play for that team because I'm a member of both. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Well, not to me anyway. And I understand initially it was probably brought in for people to be able to jump between mountain biking, road racing and those different clubs. But I just don't think it's worked out that way.
Well, it's been a terrific and wide-ranging discussion today. We'll probably come back to you later on particularly when we get to the backside, but there's been some other really big racing on. Off the back of the men's tour, we had a Tour de France Femme, and it was an absolute rip snorter. Joshy, you were on the recovery. I think you were taking in the most of it. Give us a rundown of the race.
Yeah, man, I've been watching the full stage replays every day. I was pretty busy for a couple of days because just one day, the Saturday, when I had the full stage replay for the men's and then the beginning of the women's. So no, that was a good Saturday. The Tour de Femmes was awesome. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. I wanted to talk about her a little bit because she's obviously won the race. It was fantastic.
You two have the leg in common, don't you?
Oh, yeah. So she's had a stellar year. She's won Paris-Roubaix. So that's a flat, hard one-day race. She's won the Tour de France. And then she's also... I just kind of want to talk about how she might actually be like a bit of the women's goat of cycling, like the greatest ever. Because I know this is a big one. I was thinking about this earlier today.
Above Voss.
Oh, I want to talk about that later on. Go on.
Yeah.
Because there was some interesting stuff there. Did we see a baton handed over?
Stage one. We can get...
go stage one and then talk us through.
Get back to that.
Yeah.
Well, I actually want to go back a decade to 2015.
When Kurt was still a baby. Bye!
Because she... in 2015, she was the world road race champion, the world XC champion, and then the world cyclocross champion. So I think she's the only woman ever to hold all three rainbow jerseys in
at the same time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep. She's got 15 world titles to her name on multiple disciplines where you ride two wheels. I started watching her a lot in 2019, 2020 when I was doing a bit of mountain bike racing. And she was just winning every single round that she started. She won the 2024 Olympic XCO and then transitioned to the road in 2025 and is doing pretty well there. And yeah, I don't know. That's why I was wanting to say that she's a bit of a goat because she's winning whatever she does.
Well, and the thing is, so in that early stage, we've seen Pauline Ferrand take off, and when she left Ineos to join Visma Lease bike, she came with the intention, I want to be part of the Tour de France Femme. This is the next leap for women's cycling. I want to be part of it. She has had this glittering career, and she said, well, then within 3 years, I want to win it. So that first stage, she takes off up the road, but falls short of the line as the current GOAT, Marianne Vos, comes over the top. She celebrates, and with even Ferrand-Prévot celebrating behind her. Surprised she didn't get fined for that. Yeah, should have got fined for that. Louise, where are you? And then as the tour evolves, and we see Ferrand-Prévot, pretty much decimate everybody else. And particularly, if you think Cassia Niewiadoma as the defending champion, Demi Vollering coming in with, the chip on the shoulder, with FT Suez now, like this was going to be the thing. And she's just pantsed a lot of them, and, being a multidisciplined cyclist with all those, have we just seen the handover of the GOAT to the GOAT?
Yeah, see, it's a tricky one. Voss has been on the road for a very long time, winning everything there, and yeah, now Pauline's in town. She stated that she wants to hang around on the road for a while, joining Visma. Her boyfriend also rides for Visma.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But there's some other like cracking rides
the-
as well. I think we have to talk about, again, talking about great riders. Lorena Vibas, like unstoppable. Like Millsy, did you get a chance to watch some of her sprints? I mean, she was sprinting in green like you were often sprinting in green.
I do love my green. Yeah, she was awesome. She is an absolute bullet in those sprint finishes, and no one can compete. Like even Voss just like could not get out of her draft. And I know like I'm a big fan of Voss, so 258 wins in her pocket there. So GOAT status, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Weavers, huge. Also a great showing from Brodie Chapman, UQ member.
Go Brody!
I think she got sick for the last stage, unfortunately, but she was awesome in those early stages.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I remember one time being outside, I think of, the Death Star Cafe. Shout out to Glenn Club member from Glenn's Espresso. And I think Brodie was up there and she'd had some injuries. She'd been sick. This was quite a few years ago. And she was actually pretty down that day. I think the team had let her go and she thought like, this might be it for my professional career. But she'd kept training and I think she got the call up for the Sun Tour and just blew everybody out of the water. And that was the leap she took. And now you've just seen her getting better and better and better. And now to see like, someone who used to race with us at UQ and then you see her on like the big stage now, it's pretty incredible.
And we had Sarah Gigante as well, put an absolutely stellar performance in. She was just behind Pauline. On what stage was that?
Stage 8.
Put herself into second on GC
No,
there.
I called Sarah to win stage 8. Bloody Pauline.
Yeah. We were just picking up earlier on.
I know.
Only put a minute.
You know what? You guys are right. She's not the GOAT. No, one of the main talking points I wanted to talk about, something that I really enjoyed was Maeve Squiban. So she won 2 stages. Did you guys see her descending?
Full send!
Holy moly.
This is a balls, or excuse me, that's probably not even appropriate, but it was a full send. It was a full descent.
All right, if you haven't seen it, get on SBS, go to the full stage replays if you've got time. I know I do. Stage 7, when she's descending, she's on rails. I reckon she would have I thought I was watching Julian Alaphilippe or something. It was actually fantastic to watch.
I don't think she lost any time to the bunch chasing her on the descent.
Oh, God, I'd hope not. She was sideways going around the corners. Someone who wasn't sideways was Sarah Gigante. Oh, my God. We all want to see her do well, and she's obviously climbing incredibly well. Second on the Queen stage, second on GC after that. Stage 9. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was painful to watch, and not so much the descending, lots of people can sometimes get the yips. There's lots of cyclists who aren't as good as other ones, but when you're watching that podium just stretch away from her and the team not being able to get around her, it was difficult.
I think a huge credit to her team. I reckon she would have dropped so much more time if. Who's the Belgian champion? She was like screaming at her to not touch the brakes.
Is that Justine? Yeah, this one here.
Oh, it was, great effort from the team, just going, just send it as best you can. And apparently she's getting some coaching in that, so hopefully there's improvement down the track.
She is. I saw a few videos of that before the tour, and she was descending really well. She was in the drops, tipping it in, looked fantastic. And then stage 9, she's in the hoods, all jittery. She there was a good reel on SBS where she got quite emotional. She was saying thank you to her team. She's like, if it wasn't for them, I'd be 15 minutes down. So, it's fantastic that she got 6, especially after what she's been through. It's just, you're thinking about what could have been, really.
I did see that video of her being emotional, but also that video of her descending. Yeah, she was the only one on the hoods, which is obviously not great.
Not ideal.
But hopefully they can work on that. And I mean, if you think about the season that she's put together, she came to the Giro really just to try and win a stage, and inadvertently found herself riding GC. So like that, like riding those positions, putting the team to work, knowing where to be on those descents, like that was a leap she had to take. And then she's gone straight to the Tour and bang, straight again. She's put herself in the position. So I think it's good that she's clearly got the legs. She knows she can do it. And now I think the team can work around her, work on the descent and work on positioning. And, my gosh, we might have our first Australian Tour de France fan winner in Sarah.
That'd be fantastic to see. I didn't watch too much of the Giro, but yeah, she won a stage.
I think she won 2.
She won two stages. I just remember seeing the first one. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. 2 days later, won another stage. They're both mountaintop finishers. I honestly just assumed that she won the race. Like, I was just like, oh, so Sarah's won the Giro. That's awesome. And then third? Was it third? Yeah, so... Yeah, as you said, Johnny, hopefully she continues to improve. It is one of her weaknesses. If she can get that dialed in, unstoppable, hey?
I think she'll be unstoppable. Now, another thing that was going on the Tour was the Fantasy League. Sean, how did it go? Is everyone go in the Fantasy Leagues?
Well, I started off very well. I was leading the league. I had a dynamite sprint team. I didn't have a dynamite GC team though. So once we hit the mountains, I fell out the back. But Cookie joined the league and he ran away with it. It was actually tight for the first and second, but Cookie got the dub. So congratulations, Cookie.
Well done, Cookie.
Takes a lot of dedication to get a good fantasy team going, and he did it. So very well done. What's this we got here? Neve's going to World Champs. What's she doing for that, mate?
Yeah, I saw Neve put up a fundraiser. She's going to the Rwanda Road World Championships. It's completely self-funded, so she's paying for it. And if you want to support her, she has a link in her bio if you want to flick some coin her way.
Sounds good. We'll go well, get to the link, and hopefully she gets a good result.
Absolutely. I bet you in her training she'd be doing a few backside efforts of Kutha.
Oh, I mean, like, I'd like to think so. And I mean, like, we're lucky today because we also have, like, almost, not quite Brent Ducker, but closest to Mr. Backside in Ben Manson. Now, Ben, we talked earlier on about, it looks this is going to be the great full, full from the planetarium to the bottom race. But the true backside is the backside, the authors of this poddy. You've had some terrific times up there. Can you talk us through maybe your best time, what it is, what your setup is, and if you were going for it this year, what would you do differently to maybe some of your other stuff? Give some tips and tricks.
I think my best time 6:59. It's a while ago now, but I've done 7:30s in Tour de Brisbane. That'd be with BH Ultralight and lightweight tubular wheels, because who cares about comfort?
Rim brake,
yeah. I think that's just on 6.8 kilos.
I feel like you're saying that to appease.
He's smiling. He's smiling and squinting there. I doubt with lightweight tubulars you are down at 6.
Double bar tape on it. 6.8. My normal method of going up Kutha is not to go too hard at the bottom. I think that's a good way of blowing up if you hit it too hard. And I know
give us your pacing strategy, say for a sub 7 minute attempt.
That'd be flat out. I don't have the gearing a lot of people do, so I'd be riding a 39.25 up there. Or even at that speed, though, you don't really need. You can go up into 23 anyway. Yeah. Sections of it.
I'm always impressed with your rear cassette, mate.
Straight block.
Yeah, pretty much.
Straight block, back from the Mercs era.
12.25. Because you don't need an 11 either.
And tell me, would you pace it in the saddle the whole way? Are you in and out?
I have
or
a
is
couple
there
of
like
little sections where I get out of the saddle. So there's a steepish little corner near the bottom in the saddle the rest of the way. And then when you get up to that, the guardrail section just before the last straight, out of the saddle there and then back in the saddle again. And maybe out of the saddle again, just the last little kicker.
Yeah.
Now
I just know what I have to do to get that kind of time. I know where I need to be at each point.
Now, a couple of weeks back, we had Ben Caden on, and he was talking about the ultimate aero rig for it and the use of the reverse mullet, which we seen at the Tour de France time trial. If you were putting a bike together now, what would you change for your attempt?
Those lightweights are like 1,090 grams. So having a light rear wheel is not really going to change much. So they're 53 deep, I think. Not particularly wide, but it's good enough for Coother, I think.
You know, Ben, you're talking about like when to get out of the saddle and everything. At the moment, I'm itching to ride my bike so much. I think about it all the time. I reckon as soon as I get to Coother, I'm going to get out of the saddle the first time and I'll be like, this is a terrible decision. I was like, what was I looking forward to? This is horrendous.
Yeah. You probably enjoy it though once it's done.
Oh yeah, for sure, mate. Once I crack the 10 minutes, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, you'll get there. You'll get there. Hey, what kind of times were we seeing today on the mountain?
Well,
or this week on the mountain?
We had low numbers this week, Johnny. I don't know what's going on here. 448 people. That's the lowest I've seen it in a while, actually. But the one and only Brent Ducker.
Ducker,
fastest
Mr. Backside.
of the week. So, bloody well done. 7:43 he did. And just cruising up 144 beats per minute. Jeez.
I saw that. You reckon that's real?
No. I think he needs a new heart rate strap, or he's got a Magene heart rate strap, one or the other.
He's gotten sick now, so his resting heart rate probably is 144 beats a minute, and he just can't do anything more than that.
Yeah, maybe. Aidan Parslow, I'm assuming that's Neve's brother with the last name there, but he got a PR, 8:22, so well done, brother.
Hey, congratulations.
277 waddies and 10 mil. 10 mils up on the mountain. He got in the top three. Zach Larson.
It's about time he's dropped some weight and climbing well. Good work, 10 mil. Might take you out for some Uber Cheats one night this week.
You paying for that, Kurt?
Nah, we'll see about that. He loves it.
So well done, 10 mil. It's good to see you back ripping it. Anna Haddon, top of the females list, 10:10. Liz Fancourt, 11:17, and Carmel Monaghan. That's a name we haven't seen in there before, but 11:28. So bloody sensational effort, ladies. Racing, we mentioned that UQ are having a handicap. That's on this Sunday, is it?
Correct.
So that's going to be pretty exciting. Gravel State Champs are on up in Rocky. If you want to jump in the caravan.
You flying up there? King of Campville?
King of Campville.
Mate, he is. He's the king of Camp Hill on the Bay Loop, mate. He's always just jamming everyone there.
Yeah. Still got that one.
You still got it? There he is. I'll pop you one day. Don't worry about it. Gotta get on the bike first.
We got Muzz on, and Limbers looking like it's going to be a pretty big turnout, I reckon, for the road race that Hamo are putting on. So it's a pretty stacked weekend of racing. But yeah, it's good you chose Sunday to run the handicap. There were some good results from Darren Smith. It's good to see there was a decent turnout in all grades by the looks of it. So that's sensational. Hopefully, I think UQ's hosting the next open race, so hopefully that's a good sign for participation for that. So
keep the momentum going.
What's the exact date for Charles Coyne, just so we can pump it up?
6th of September.
All right, so a month away. I don't have long. Are you going to make it, Joshy?
Mate, I don't reckon I'll make that one, but you can.
I love your faith in me. Johnny, are you going to line up for that one, you reckon?
I won't actually be in the country.
Where are you off to, mate?
I'm going off to Denmark to see my overlords to make sure that they're all right. And I've actually been on to some of my friends in Denmark to try and get a bike and try and ride around, maybe, because when like the Tour de France was there, they had some of the courses. So I'm going to try and ride one of the tour courses whilst I'm there.
And to find me a future girlfriend. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
That's, will do.
All right, let's wrap it up, I reckon, Tones.
Yeah.
I got to get to bed, mate. I've got...
His toe is falling off.
I reckon that's a great idea, Kurt. We'll get you to bed. Thank you for coming on. It was a sensational conversation that we had. I reckon it'll make some movement, I reckon.
I hope so. Manson, Millsy, really appreciate you coming on. Any final words for the listeners?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, for letting us come on, having a chat.
See you out there.
See you out there. Certainly will. Actually, we didn't mention your ICB story, but we'll leave that
I
for
got
another day.
plenty of stories.
Yeah. All right, chaps. We'll see you all next week, hey?
See you later, Shawnee. See you later, boys.
All right. Ciao.
Yes.
500 watts, please.